clarify, 6 a.m. embargo, that's an online broadcast embargo, fine for you to include in the print for tomorrow's paper. Hopefully that's clarified. Feel free to come and put mics on.
Your images can go on the wire today.
Sorry?
Your images can go on the wire today or tomorrow, right?
No issues with images, that's fine. Yeah, no issue with images. Who would like to kick us off? Gail? Yep.
Georgia, as you sit there now, could you have ever imagined you'd be at a home Euros about to play a final at a packed out Wembley Stadium?
It's things that you dream of. I think at the start of the tournament, if somebody had said we'd have got this far, we'd have snapped their hand off and we'd have took it. And yeah, I just feel like we're in such a good place. We've dominated the games that we've played so far. Our confidence is really high, belief in ourselves really high. So yeah, we're just looking forward to Sunday. We know how special it's going to be just for football in general. The stadium's going to be packed out. The fans are going to be loving it. Yeah, I'm just so excited to just enjoy the day.
I know you've tried to keep yourself in your bubble, but you must be aware of how crazy this place has gone. You know, you've got bus tickets with good luck Lionesses. There's road signs saying good luck. Bakeries, wherever you look, they've got Euros fever. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You kind of don't feel like it's ever going to get to this point, but we're here and it's like, yeah, it's mad. I think because we're here, we don't really see much. We only see stuff like if you're going on social media, if friends and family are telling you and stuff like that. So you kind of don't really know what's going on. I think it'll only be after until we realise how big it has been and it is like going to be. But yeah, we're just trying to do the football that people enjoy watching and people want to support. And yeah, I think it'll only be afterwards until it actually hits home how big it's been.
Serena said she might go hide in her bunker this week. I'm guessing she didn't. I just wondered if you could talk us through the impact she's had and how great her influence has been on one of the biggest weeks of your career.
I think it's been massive. I think our whole staff has been unbelievable. I think even players as well, we've been unbelievable as a group, just pushing, demanding more. The competition within the group's obviously really high, and I think that's what's kind of pushing us on. I think in terms of Serena, she's obviously got the experience. She's been here, she's done it before, she's got to this point, whereas we haven't. So I think this is where we've got to put our full self into what Serena's saying, the information that she's giving us, and we've just got to back it. I think so far we've done so well. It's now about trusting the process and just believing fully in us. I think no matter what game we've played this tournament, it's been about us. We've made sure that we focus on ourselves. We put ourselves in the best possible position. We control what we can control, and I think the same counts for Sunday. We can only focus on ourselves and what we can do.
Thanks. We'll go to John at the Mirror.
Hello, Georgia. Just going to ask you, you must have had some wonderful good luck messages this week. Has any kind of really blown you away and been really special?
Yeah, quite a lot of the England men have been in touch, just wishing us well, making sure, asking that if they can have a ticket. I'm sorry, lads, we're all sold out. But no, like they've been at us, just giving us all the information that they can. Obviously, they reached this point last year, and just making sure that maybe we can do one better. But yeah, we've just had so much support, whether it be footballers, whether it just be like people around the hotel. Yeah, it's mad how many people actually recognise us. That's the weird thing. But yeah, we're just enjoying the ride.
Has there been any particular advice that any of them have offered that has really sort of kind of struck home? Because it was, so heartbreakingly close for them last season in similar circumstance, wasn't it?
I think it's just knowing that they're behind us, that literally, obviously you can see how many people are watching the game, how many people are enjoying it, and we've got to enjoy it as well. So making sure that we go out there and we just play with a smile on our face. I think the biggest thing that Serena said to us at the start was play for the little girl that wanted to be in our shoes. So play for the little girl that put all the work in at the start, went to training, loved it, dreamed to be in our position. Yeah, play for her.
So with that in mind, does it still feel a little bit surreal when you've got 9 million people watching you and, sold out?
Yeah, it's a good job I can't see any of them. All behind the screen or in the stands, and my eyes are on the ball. But yeah, I think that's where we're at now. I think we need to kind of stop talking about how big women's football's getting and talk about how big it is. I think we're just hitting new levels every single time. Even if England aren't playing, the TV figures are ridiculous. But yeah, it's kind of when you're in the moment, you just have to block it out. Obviously, in the moments of celebration, you can get involved with the fans and you can really enjoy it. And I think on Sunday, they're going to play a massive part in being our 12th man. Woman. Damn.
From the outside, because we're all living our normal lives, I think we forget about the COVID impacts that you guys are seeing. I mean, when was the last time? It's a massive series of events happening to you all the time at the moment, all without your family. When was the last time you saw your family? And on Sunday, you can hug anyone you want. So who's first in line?
I think my parents are definitely first in line. They've been to every single game, and obviously it's really hard because I can only speak to them from a distance there in the stands, and I'm trying to have a conversation with them. Just want to hug them. But no, I think, well, to be fair, we've not seen our family since, I think we had like a little send-off at SGP, which was, I don't even know, maybe 6 weeks ago now. We've been on, this is week 9 that we've been on camp. So yeah, it's been a long process. I think people automatically think that because it's a home tournament that your families are in and out every day, you're seeing them, but you're not. And I think that's obviously one of the hardest things to deal with, is kind of obviously keeping football to one thing, but keeping family another, and just kind of working within this area to find your get out, so you're like space away from football. But yeah, I think I'm massively excited to see my family on Sunday. Hopefully they won't be too drunk by the time the game's over. But no, I think it'll just be a massive special day for them.
Thanks, Matt. We'll go to Susie at The Guardian, please. Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Georgia, good luck. I just wanted you to reflect on your own journey in this tournament, because, I mean, you've had a pretty incredible tournament, one of the players of the tournament, arguably. How do you feel about it?
Thank you. Yeah, I think for me it's been a bit of a ride. I think when Serena first come into the job, I don't think I was in favour. Obviously, I was still playing full-back at the time at Manchester City, and I was trying to fight for a spot in England at centre mid, and obviously I was finding that balance really, really hard. And then it was probably only when we got to the Arnold Clark Cup that I could kind of put my foot down a little bit more and say, like, this is what I'm here, this is what I can do. Kind of bring that aggression and physicality back into my game, and obviously the confidence as well. So yeah, it was probably kind of the Arnold Clark Cup when I was able to just kind of say, this is me. And then it probably wasn't until maybe the first game that I realised that maybe I am in favour, and maybe it's my spot to lose. I think when you're in this environment, there's so many good players. Like, you could literally put anybody on the pitch and you know that we're going to get a result and they're going to do a job. And the substitutions that we're making are unbelievable. So that's when you know that something's going right. And I said before, the competition for places is so high. But I'm just fortunate enough that I've managed to get myself in there, get myself some consistency, and just continue to build on my performances. I think I work well with both Fran and Kira, which is obviously helping me out. I can kind of do the dirty work, do the aggressive side, and then pass the ball to them. So yeah, we've kind of got a good balance, and we've got a bit of a tag team going on.
You mentioned playing full-back there for a lot for City. You've bounced around all over the place. I think at one point there was a goalkeeper shirt with your name on the back of it with you in line. How nice is it? Serena stuck to a starting 11 all the way through. You've played the same position. I mean, you must feel pretty good to be in that place, but also, do you look back on bouncing around and think that developed your game a lot as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think at Manchester City, when I was going in and out and mixed positions, I think although I was trying to do my best in those positions and trying to bring different aspects out of my game, I just didn't find any consistency. Whereas as soon as I was able to get in midfield, probably from like February time, I was able to just knuckle down, work on that. And the biggest thing for me is consistency. If I can kind of keep my game at the highest level, or at the level that I want to be at, whether that be on or off the ball, energy levels, just anything, I think that's kind of where my good run comes from.
Yep.
Georgia, Dave Kidd from The Sun. When you, I don't know how young you were when you first started kicking the ball around, but presumably that was obviously very much always just for the love of it, and you could never, there wouldn't have been a path for you to sort of think about actual fame and fortune, like you're saying about you getting recognised, and you've got 90,000 people there, and there's a reasonable amount of money in the women's game, and hopefully more. How much is it? How great is it that the girls now watching, like the girl maybe in the stands at Bramall Lane that everyone was focusing on the other day, can actually aspire to having that kind of professional career?
I think it's massive. I think the fact that we can play our sport, we can live out our dream, we can play football every single day and see that as a job, I think that's massive. And I feel like if we can do our job by inspiring one person, we've done our job. Whereas here we've got thousands. The amount of kids that will be at the game on Sunday is massive. The amount of people wearing England shirts. It's not necessarily the male players' names on the back anymore, it's female players, and I think that's the step that we're taking, that it's not just women's and men's football, it's just football in general. And I think, yeah, like, we're kind of here to inspire, but we're also here to get a job done. And for us to get a job done kind of helps the future.
Is there an extra edge for you that you're playing Germany, given your...
Say that again,
Is
sorry.
there an extra edge for you that you're playing against Germany, you personally?
I think no matter who the opposition is, you're gonna, like, you expect, as in, like, you're gonna know what to expect from me. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm just gonna get everything that I've got. Obviously, over the past few weeks, I've been able to build good relationships with some of the German players. Obviously, I'm gonna be spending a decent amount of time with them in the future. But no, we've had conversations. We've been spurring each team on, and I think for me personally, I personally think that these are the two best teams in the competition that are going into the final. So I think there's always going to be that mutual respect of football and football.
Very much, Dave. If we can keep it to one question from here on in, we'll go to the back row, please, who've waited very patiently. Antoine on the back row, and then the gentleman next to him. Thank you.
Thank you. For Canal+, French TV, Georgia, do you have seen the messages on the social network that David Beckham and Lewis Hamilton have left to your team, and what does this mean for you?
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I think it just shows how many people are getting involved. You don't expect to... Yeah, you almost... When you're playing, you kind of don't realise who's watching. And then it's only afterwards when you're going on social media and you've got massive names saying that they loved enjoying the game, or, like, good goal, good tackle. Like, they've obviously watched, like, the full game. I think it's only afterwards you realise... Yeah, like how big it is. I think even when you look at the Royals and they're saying that they're watching every single game, the kids around the TV, they're tuning in for it. I think it's mad. You kind of forget that everyone's got a TV and everybody's not doing something on that evening. But yeah, I think it's weird that people are actually finding the time to just set out and be like, right, Lionesses are on tonight, get everyone around the TV. I think that's... Yeah, I think it's just so important. And I think last year we obviously brought the nation together with the men, and I feel like we're just doing exactly the same now.
Thanks very much, Antoine. Yes.
Hi, Georgia. Ollie Moody, DW Sports. You said we need to talk about how big women's football is now, but there was a time, even fairly recently, where you wouldn't have, had a packed kind of press room like this and packed stadiums. How important do you guys find it? How much do you talk about the previous generations, the likes of 84 and 2009, and how important was the work that those guys did for putting you guys where you are now?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think even like the fact that all of you guys are here now, I think you have all been here from the first game, which is saying something. I think in previous tournaments we'd have only got this much if we'd have made a final, but you have been here since day one, so we must be doing something right. I think in terms of how big women's football's getting, we just want to continue to do what we do. I think the next step is to try and get as many people as we can in domestic games, making sure that people are still enjoying watching club as well as country. Obviously, this is massive. It's a home tournament. It's an opportunity to be able to connect with people, but can we kind of keep them connections going for as long as we can?
Thank you. Go to Tom.
Hi, we had Jill in here earlier. She was talking about how sort of excited she's been to see you grow as a player and all the time that she's known you. I'm just wondering, on the flip side, how much of an influence she's been on you as well, both, say, on and off the pitch in terms of the same position, but also in everything that she's been through with experience and so forth.
Yeah, I think it's massive. I think Jill doesn't give herself enough credit for what she brings to this team and the type of player that she is. She knows that no matter what, she's always ready, no matter what minute of the game, whether it's the first, whether it's the last, that she knows what she's going to bring to the team and that she's always going to deliver. And then even off the pitch, she's that character that you want to be around. If you're feeling down, she'll pick you back up and she'll always know when to lighten the mood and when to bring something funny. I think for me and Jill, our relationship has always been top. She's the type of player that's always believed in me from the first day I arrived at Manchester City. She's always said to me, be positive. Like, she's always willing me to try new things. She's always telling me to push on. I'll have a shot and it'll miss and she'll tell me to shoot again. And she's like, shoot, shoot, shoot. And she's probably the only player that does tell me to shoot. But yeah, like, we've just got that relationship where she's so positive, and I think that can just be so important when you're in such a pressured environment.
We'll just go next to you.
Hi, Georgia, Owen Slot from The Times. The time between now and 5 o'clock on Sunday is probably going to go extremely slowly. I wonder if you could tell us what you've got lined up in terms of sort of light entertainment or films or whatever you think you might do to pass the time. And out of the squad, who are the calm players who will calm you down, and who are the other players who will be getting so excited their heads will be spinning?
Well, it's been a very, very fast 9 weeks, so I'm kind of hoping these few days go a little bit slower so then we can kind of enjoy the last few days. Yeah, we've trained this morning, we'll chill for the rest of the day, and then yeah, we'll just focus on us really. We'll go into another training session tomorrow, travel to our new hotel for the evening, and yeah, just looking forward to the big day on Sunday. I don't think there's nothing exciting's going on in camp. Someone said there's something happening on Sunday, so we'll just get ready for that.
Thanks, Owen. Jen?
Hi. You've had a great tournament yourself in midfield for England. There's a player for Germany, young midfielder Lena Oberdorf, who's had a standout tournament too. Are you aware of that? And are you looking forward to locking horns with her on Sunday?
Yeah, I've had quite a lot of comments from the girls about this, saying that they're just looking forward to a bit of a midfield battle, seeing who'll come out on top. But no, I think she's a great player. She's obviously so young. She's still got a lot of time and a lot of she's got a lot of experience considering her age as well. But yeah, Germany midfield is very, very good, as is our midfield. So yeah, I think it'll just be a little bit of a battle, and we'll see who comes out on top on Sunday. But no, like, going off what I said before, I think we've just got to respect how good they are as a team. Likewise, I think they'll be doing exactly the same for us. They can see how well we've done in this tournament. Every single team that we've played against, we've come out on top, and we've come out on top comfortably. So yeah, we're massively excited for Sunday, and I think from the start this was kind of written in the stars, but it was just a matter of getting here.
Thanks, Jen. Rich?
Hi, Georgia. Following on a little bit from what you said earlier about not necessarily being in favour through the last year, obviously we got quite used to seeing the Leah Kira midfield under Serena, and then that only really changed just before the tournament. Was there a moment for you when Serena sat down and said, look, we're going to change it, you're going to start, and did you have to adapt your mindset or anything to suddenly realising you were going to be starting in this tournament?
To be totally honest, there was a moment where I was told I wasn't. There was a moment where I was told to keep going, try and close that gap, try and just kind of push the players that she decided. And then I don't really know what moment flicked it, what moment changed the situation. But obviously I'm fortunate for that moment. Yeah, I don't really know. I genuinely don't know what changed her mind. There was no conversations afterwards as to why or what had happened or the change or whatever. I think it was literally just down to situation.
Thanks, Rich. We'll take two final questions. Michael at The Athletic.
Hi, Georgia. You mentioned earlier that England have dominated the games so far. The only exceptions have probably been the start of games against Spain and Sweden, where you've really had to dig in. I wondered whether you'd gone back over those periods with Serena and whether there's been any chat about what you have to do to start Sunday's game a better.
Yeah, definitely. But I also think that's football. I think in the first 5-10 minutes of every single game, energy levels are high, adrenaline's high, everybody's running around, everyone's trying to do something special. Whereas on Sunday, I think the biggest thing we need to bring is just calmness, composure. We know that Germany like to get out the traps and they like to press and they like to put people under pressure, challenge their decision making. So we just need to be even better on the ball. So yeah, I think it's just down to us really. I think we can just control what we can control, keep the nerves down, stay composed and hopefully enjoy having the ball.
Thanks, Michael. We'll finish with Dan at ITV.
Hi, Georgia. There'll be thousands of kids this week dreaming of scoring a winner at Wembley from 30 yards out. How special is it that is actually a realistic possibility for you?
To be fair, I've not hit the target since that one on the other day. But yeah, I think it would be pretty crazy. We've got so many people in top form. Look at Beth, look at Alessia, look at people that are scoring goals, and I think literally anybody on that pitch can score. We just need someone to. So yeah, it's just about us really. How can we put ourselves in that position in the box to put it in the back of the net or outside the box if the moment comes? I'll definitely be trying my luck, I hope, if it opens up for me. But no, I think the most important thing is to just try and get it over that line, no matter who it is.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks to you all. Appreciate some of you didn't get to ask questions. There was a huge amount of interest. I do apologise. Thank you.
Thank you.